How y'all doing today? This is Ferrante Frazier with another episode of Natural is F. We're going to have a little more clearness going on in just a second, but we're going to continuously talk. I know you can't hardly see my face there for a minute, but we'll have it back up in just a second. We'll have it back up in just a second. But we got a great show lined up for today. Some good topics because a lot of people are wondering about what what type of supplements to take. We're hearing all about the supplements and what type of supplements should we be taking. Uh, what kind of supplements should we be taking? And we're going to be talking about these different supplements because a lot of us are getting supplements from our grocery store. We're getting it from health food stores. We're getting our supplements from all over the place. But we're not getting it from the right place, which is our fresh, wholesome fruits and vegetables. So that's going to be on our topics today. And we're also going to be going into talking a little bit more about emotional balance, like we were talking about in one of our previous shows. We didn't get a chance to finish it up. So we're going to get started here in a minute. We're going to have some more light going on in just a minute. We shouldn't have no more of them hiccups that we had at the beginning there. But I want to thank you for tuning into our show that we do every Tuesday at 6 o'clock, Natural is Health, where we're talking about holistic health and healing. If you're in search of a way to heal your body without using the remedies, without looking for cures and all that type of stuff, you just allow your body to heal naturally. If you really want to learn how to heal your body naturally, this is the show for you. We don't use any type of voodoo, any type of, shamanistic ways of doing things. We just believe that the body heals itself when the cause is removed. It got to be first identified. It don't really have to be identified. If it's just removed, you don't have to do anything. You go and fast, and your body heals itself while you're not doing anything because you're not doing anything wrong to it. Your lifestyle is most likely the cause of your suffering. You suffer, you ache, you pain, you have all your health issues due to your everyday habits, things that you get up and do every morning, every afternoon, and every evening. Those things over a period of time, they bear down on your body, they weaken your body, they drain your body of energy. And here it is, your body then soon becomes so low in energy and it becomes so damaged from constant wear and tear and no healing going on because you don't rest, you don't eat right, you don't drink right. You're not maintaining normal temperatures, regular exercise, and all the benefits of hygiene. You just go on day after day, just wearing out your body, eating haphazard, smoking and drinking. And now it's get to a point where your body no longer can resist or tolerate the continued abuse. And so it starts crying out in pain. It starts crying out in some type of issue, some dis-ease, some discomforts start showing up in your world. And the reason for that is the lifestyle. And if the lifestyle is not changed, and if you constantly keep on smoking, you keep on drinking, you keep on eating haphazardly, you keep lacking exercise, you keep on with the toxic relationships and not keeping the will to live and having these excessives in every area of your life that's just draining you of vital energy. Now, your disease is going to stay there. It can't go if the cause is still present. If overwork is the cause of your low energy, how can energy drinks and energy pills give you something while the cause is still present, while you still overworking? How can, if you have a sense, you have issues with your manhood and you overindulging with sex, you want to be able to become more sensual, but here it is, you've over sensualized yourself, and you think that you can regain access to that organ while you constantly beating it and gorging it into action with pills and potions. That's not going to work. Only rest can bring about conservation or regeneration of energy and vitality. So we're not going to get anything from our outside of the body. It's going to be looking at the cause. And here it is. We need vitamins and minerals. Matter of fact, we're going to talk about some of these. We're going to even talk about the pros and cons of supplementation. Now, supplements are very important when we look at that term supplements. Now, supplements that you get from that is coming from out of a form of a pill from a health food store or the doctor or the grocery store. That's not what I mean when I say supplements. In real nutrition talk, supplements is the things that your body requires in nutrition, such as vitamins and minerals. Those are supplements to regeneration of your body. They're like materials. Supplements is another word for materials of bodybuilding or body repairing and stuff like that. Not only do the vitamins and minerals help with rebuilding the body, they also help with the function of the organs and tissues in the body. They help them to fire and ignite and do things that have us with this end product called life. So they're very important. Matter of fact, we're going to go over some of the, what the minerals and vitamins do and where you can get them from. The function of calcium. It's needed for strong bones. A lot of us know that, that we need calcium for bones. That's something that, the average person done heard so much over the television, over the radio, in the newspaper, on the news. So we're familiar with terms such as calcium, and that it's needed for strong bone. But we don't know that it also maintains the acid-base balance in the blood. A lot of us don't even know what that means when we say, what do you mean? It maintains a acid base balance of the blood. Well, our blood must maintain a certain pH balance, somewhere around 7.34 and 7.45, up in that area. I might be off just a little hair, but ain't that much room to be off. But anytime our blood go up under the 7.3 or go over the 7.5, we're in the danger zones. So this high pH stuff that they around here telling us to put in our body can very well put us in danger zone when we drinking this 9.0 pH balanced water and all this other stuff they're giving us. The high alkaline substances. Also, when we eat foods that rob us of our base material, such as calcium, acidic foods, when we eat foods that are acid forming, that produce acids in our body, those acids are irritating. So our body, our liver, it neutralizes these acids by pulling calcium from the bones and mingling it with or mixing it with those acids to neutralize them, because calcium is alkaline. So it's base, in other words. And the substance that we've taken into our body that's producing an acid formation is acidic. And when an acid and a base come in contact with each other, they neutralize each other out. Okay, let me give you a better understanding of the two terms. Let's say water is alkaline. It's just water. Water has, it don't burn you. It's not acidic. You can put water over you and have no reaction to it. But an acid, like vinegar, you put vinegar on something, it can eat the rust off of a battery cable. It can clean out your toilet. And people being told to take apples out of vinegar for health, I wouldn't do it. But you have it where this acid, which is vinegar, in this water, and you mix a cup of water with a cup of vinegar, the vinegar now is weaker than it was, and the water is stronger than it was. But they dilute each other. So it's a neutralizing effect going on. So that if it's the acid in our body that's irritating and causing damage to cells, the body will pull from some area a base mineral such as calcium. It'll pull calcium out of the bone and say, calcium, you go there and neutralize that acid. But now when that calcium is drawn from your bones, that means your bones are now weaker because they don't have the calcium stored up in there anymore, because you're constantly leaching out your calcium, and your diet is not one of restoring calcium back to your bones. If you're not eating a diet rich in calcium and going out into the sun where that sun can help absorb that calcium into your body. See, it's not just eating the calcium rich foods. You also have to get the rays of the sun to help absorb that calcium, assimilate that calcium in your body. But foods that you can get, or the grow foods that have an abundance of calcium in there. I don't know if y'all are familiar. We don't know too much of this in our neck of the woods. But bok choy, bok choy, cabbage, turnip greens, collard greens, mustard greens, beet greens, parsley, broccoli, loose leaf lettuce are higher than milk. Now, I know a lot of people say, I need milk for calcium to have strong bones. But the names that I just call out to you, bok choy, turnip greens, collards, mustard greens, beet greens, parsley, broccoli, and loose leaf lettuce have calorie for calorie a higher calcium than milk. Ain't that news? They say milk does the body good and for strong bones. We don't need it. So does loose leaf. So does broccoli. So does mustard greens and collard greens, and we can eat that stuff as long as we don't put it with all the fat back and all the pigtails and all the Joe Louis strips and have all that grease slather and cook our greens to death. We cook out all the calcium. Also, we can find high in calcium is celery, romaine lettuce, kale, okra, regular headed cabbage, summer squash, green beans, and cauliflower. So these are things that we can eat. And you notice that we didn't have to eat no meat or any processed stuff or anything like that. This is going straight to the garden to get the calcium you need to replenish your bones of this mineral calcium, where you can have strong bones. Your bones won't be brittle, won't be breaking. You won't have all those tooth decays and all type of stuff like that if you make sure you keep calcium stored up in your bones, because that's what your bones is: vitamin D and calcium, and a couple of other minerals. But those are some of the highest mineral content in bones. And so without those, then there's no bones, because that is bones. You know what I mean? That's just like the house. The biggest content in the house is the wood structure, the framing and structure, and all that type of stuff. Without that, then what's going to hold the building up? Now it's not just the framing is not just wood. You also got some nails and other little, whatnots in there. Have, some other little stuff that help with the frame. But for the most part, it's the wood. Magnesium is another mineral that is very important for us. Now, it's a key element in our central nervous system. It's essential for heart, nerves, and muscle function. It regulates heartbeat and electrical activity throughout the body. It's needed to help with using amino acids, or when proteins are broken down in our body, and we have this amino acids from the breakdown of the protein. Magnesium is what helps us utilize those amino acids. Magnesium is necessary for to release energy in our cells. If we lack energy in our cells, it might be that we don't have enough magnesium in our body. It also helps with our immune cells, with creating and causing them to protect our body. So magnesium plays a lot of part. Deficiencies that are related to a person who have low magnesium is nervous afflictions. They have a lot of nervousness going on. Might have weakened immunity, heart dysfunction, kidney stones, cancer, epilepsy. But plant foods are the major source of restoring magnesium back to the body. Pills and potions that the doctor's giving you, all this herbs and remedies out of the health food stores, they're not going to supply your body with the magnesium in an organic form. Inorganic, yeah, meaning rocks. They're going to provide you with rocks and stuff that live inside of a bottle, dead material, inert material. But the plant is going to give you living magnesium that is alive and active, fully charged and ready to be activated in your body, be active in your body. Now, where can you get this magnesium from? High sources of magnesium can be found in spinach, beet greens, broccoli, parsley. But you notice that beet greens and broccoli and parsley, summer squash, turnip greens, mustard green, bok choy, not only did they are good for calcium, but when you eat these things, you also get magnesium too. So you're not going to one food and getting only one vitamin out of that. When you're eating the plants are going to provide you with a lot of sources of vitamins and minerals. It's like it's like the pill that got all the minerals in it, like a multivitamin. So the best multivitamin is bok choy, is broccoli, is spinach, is summer squash, is cucumbers, celery, asparagus, green beans, bean sprouts, regular heads of cabbage, sunflower seeds, loose leaf lettuce, tomatoes, sweet pepper, eggplants. All those things are multivitamins because they provide your body with a whole bunch of different vitamins. So you're getting calcium, you're getting magnesium when you eat some spinach. All right, you're getting calcium and magnesium when you eat cucumbers. You don't need to get it from no pill bottle. Why you need a pill bottle when you can eat it in a cucumber? Imagine if we could get our vitamins and minerals from a pill bottle. Literally, that's what they're telling you. They're telling you you can nurture your body, get all the vitamins and minerals out of pills. Then what's the purpose of eating? I know if I go there and just take pills all day long and don't eat anything, and I do this for a year or two, I might die. Most likely going to be dead. That means that I cannot live off, these supplements. But I can live off of fresh fruits and vegetables And I can do without supplements. We seen that. we see that every day. But we've never seen nobody live their whole life taking supplements and vitamins, minerals, and pills. So how do we think that they're useful if they're not useful by themselves? How can they even be useful along with a meal when we can just take the meal? Surely, if the vitamins can give us more magnesium than a banana, then why do I even eat the banana? I just pop 2 pills and go about my business. You know, reason with me here. Don't it make sense? I know the medical people are telling you something totally different. I know the dietitians are telling you something different because that's what they're being taught. So they're only teaching you what they've been taught. And the way they're being taught is all wrong when it comes to nutrition. That's why we're suffering. Iron. Iron, it carries oxygen to every cell as part of hemoglobin in the red blood cells. So iron is very important because it's what carries oxygen to every cell as a part of the hemoglobin cell. It enables the cell to generate energy just like magnesium. It's also required for new cells to be born. You got to have iron. It's also necessary for immunity. And if you have a deficiency, it can cause chronic tiredness, weakness. You can have regular headaches, anemia, fatigue, and heart enlargement due to lack of oxygen in the blood. Absorption of iron from plant foods is boosted higher than from meat by having vitamin C in the meal. So absorption of iron from plant foods is boosted higher from meat by having vitamin C in the meal. So we can get more iron, and iron is boosted by eating a plant diet because the plant diet got vitamin C in there to help absorb the iron. The iron from meat, there's no vitamin C in that meat. That lamb chops, them pork chops, the pigtails, those neck bones. You're eating that, and yeah, they have a lot of iron in there, but that iron is not usable because there's no vitamin C that's going to help that iron to be absorbed into the body. So yeah, it can have a lot of iron in it, but it's not usable. Whereas in the plant, you have a good bit of iron in there and it's usable. Now, what's a good source of iron? You got parsley, spinach, butterhead lettuce, bok choy cabbage. Look at that bok choy is on the thing. You might want to learn what bok choy is. Bok choy, we see the Chinese and Japanese people eat it quite often. But it's a good source of all the vitamins and minerals we said so far yet. Loose leaf lettuce, beet greens. There you go, loose leaf lettuce and beet greens again. Green beans, collard greens, asparagus, cabbage, tomato, cauliflower, beans in general. I wouldn't do the bean. But here we is with tomato, asparagus, cabbage, you know. So those three we done said just then are very beneficial. Now, there are 23 mineral nutrients that a plant needs to absorb to make, good food, power charged food. Of those 23 nutrients, 17 are needed by both plants and humans for life. The big six are nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. The 11 remaining elements needed by both plants and humans are considered trace minerals. Trace minerals meaning that they don't have to be in a large amount. They are iron, zinc, copper, manganese, boron, molybdenum, chlorine, sodium, cobalt, vanadium, and silicon. I know y'all ain't heard of some of those things. But we humans need 6 more trace elements that plants don't need, which are iodine, selenium, chromium, lithium, nickel, and arsenic. Arsenic, ain't that something? But zinc is essential for DNA synthesis, cell division, growth, healing, immune function, tooth development, and male fertility. It's needed for protein and fat metabolism. It detoxifies heavy metals. So here it is. Zinc is very important for cell division. For you to regenerate new cells, your cells have to divide and make new cells. And so the thing that helps that is zinc. And if zinc is not in our diet, we have a deficiency, which is we won't heal properly because there won't be no division, no cell division, no regeneration. So we have poor healing. We have poor appetite, lethargy. We be tired all the time, fatigue. We have impaired immunity and other disruptions in metabolism. Metabolism is the building up and the tearing down of your body, tearing down old stuff and building up new stuff. There'll be an interference in metabolism if we don't have the zinc. Now, what is good for zinc? Collard greens, spinach, mushrooms, alfalfa sprouts, dandelion, parsley, bok choy cabbage, people, romaine lettuce, summer squash, asparagus, beet greens, leaf leaf lettuce, mustard greens. You know, you can get all the zinc you need from vegetables better than a meat source. Stop letting them tell you got to have meat to get stuff. No, the plant kingdom can give you everything that you need if you eat those things. You can't just sit there and eat green beans out of a can. You can't sit there and just keep eating them corn from the Green Giant out of a can and think that you're gonna, get yourself together. And stop looking at the potatoes and all that as a source of vegetables. Copper. Copper works in enzymes needed for the elasticity of blood vessels and the aorta, for the strength of connective tissues, and for the health of the entire cardiovascular system. So copper is very important for helping the stretching of your tissues, making your tissues elastic, where your lungs can expand to bring in air, your heart can expand to beat and pump, all for your cardiovascular system to open up, for valves to open up, make these valves able to stretch and stuff like that. So copper is very important, and when we have deficiencies, it can cause aortic aneurysms, lesions, from the ripping of organs as they expand and have no elasticity to them. So they rip instead, they tear. You might have degeneration of the heart muscle, it promote heart disease and stroke. Now, too much zinc in the diet can actually produce a copper deficiency. Now, where can we get copper from? Nuts and seeds tend to be high. So, some organic raw nuts and seeds like pecans, pine nuts, almonds, Brazil nuts, um, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, things of that nature. Just about all vegetables and fruits grown in properly, I say organically. Conventional foods probably don't have no copper in them. You eating vegetables, but they hardly have no copper in them, because their fields are depleted, and they got all this chemical fertilizers that done kill their ground, so they have no. I pretty much doubt they have, copper inside their fruits and vegetables. So the conventional stuff, if you're eating conventional fruits and vegetables, you're probably not getting the trace minerals that your body needs. So the best place to go get that is from organic source, or grow it yourself and make sure you put trace minerals into your ground. I think we use something like some type of seaweed to put into our garden to help with the trace mineral. We even make it into a spray and just spray it right on as a foliate right onto the plants. All right, selenium. Selenium. I'm talking about selenium. Selenium, a major antioxidant. It main a biological role in the enzyme glutathione paradase. It protects against the oxidation of cellular material by free radicals. So it protects against the oxidation of cellular material by free radicals. So oxidation means that it's getting old, like you see in an apple. You notice that an apple, when you cut into the apple, it starts turning brown. It's oxidizing. All right. So it's becoming useless, worthless, and becoming a source of waste. And so it slows that down in the cell. It stops the cell from pre-aging or aging rapidly. It slows it down from breaking itself down. It protects against cancer by protecting cells from oxidation. It helps slow aging process, protects against heavy metal intoxication. So you're aging real quick, and your organs and tissues are aging real rapidly, and you're not able to regenerate fast enough. Possibly you're deficient of selenium. You might not have it in your diet. If you're eating a bunch of toxic manufactured foods and you're not eating any fresh raw fruits and vegetables, then you're not getting any selenium. You're not getting any copper. Those are the trace minerals. You're not going to find that no trace minerals in from Nabisco. They don't put that stuff in their cookies. You're not going to find it in the Dorito factory, Frito-Lay, and Friends. They don't put that stuff in their chips. It don't come with trace minerals in there. This come with potatoes and grease and salt. And there's special seasonings in there, monosodium glutamate, and a bunch of other artificial flavorings and colors and dyes and preservatives. That's what they come with. They don't come with no trace mineral. So the deficiency in selenium, it allows free radical damage in cells. So you have waste that's circulating in your blood and damaged cells that break off and dying cells that's circulating through your body. They're left to tear up healthy cells when you don't have the protection of selenium. Nothing to help with protecting you from cancer. You can have vascular disease, heart enlargement, which is like the Keyshawn disease, infertility, and reduce resistance to heavy metal intoxication. So when you have, here again, when you got foods that are grown organic and wholesome, you have no problem worrying about getting these trace minerals. But if you're eating a conventional diet, this is why a lot of us are suffering, even though we're eating fresh fruits and vegetables. We eat a little bit of fruits and vegetables, and we're wondering why we're still not feeling good, because our foods are still not wholesome. It's not. It doesn't have all the minerals required, because those foods were grown in soil that don't have the minerals to put into that food. So they're lacking. But when you have a gardener who gardens the proper way and organic, their soil is going to be able to provide that fruit or vegetable with all the makings of vitamins and minerals. And that when we eat it, it will supply us with everything that we need. Manganese, needed to metabolize proteins and fats. Activator of enzyme needed for health of nerves, muscles, and normal brain function. It protects against free radical damage. Needed for the body to use glucose properly. It also is needed to make acetylcholine in nerve endings. Now, here I want you to pay attention to what it says. It said also it protects against free radical damage. So a lot of these trace minerals, you see that they are protective of the body. They're more protective in their function. These trace minerals, they help with stopping the aging and the cellular destruction, and protecting against oxidation and destruction of the cell. And this is where we see where we start developing these generative diseases and these cancers, because of cells not able to regrow properly, cells that are being destroyed. It look like an immuno disease is going on, but here it is, just cells are being destroyed from regular activity because they have no protection. They're easily destroyed because they can't be protected, because they don't have no shield of protection, because you have no copper, no selenium, no manganese in your body. Now, where you get these manganese from? Whole grains, peas, nuts, seeds, and some vegetables and fruits. Most likely berries. Your strawberries, your blueberries, your raspberries, your blackberries. All your berries, if they're grown in properly mineralized soil, here again, you're going to be okay. All right? We're going to shoot through these a little faster where you can get a little more understanding. We might not make it to the emotional balance. There's something about that emotional balance we're going to have to spend a whole show on, because it seems like we never get to that. But vitamin C, a major antioxidant. A lot of us heard of that. It helps with scavenging free radicals throughout the body. So just like the other trace minerals, this vitamin C is not a trace mineral. It's one of the big boys. But it's helping us with the same thing. These free radicals that's running through our body, these waste materials, these spent cell debris, dead cell debris, dead cells, and stuff like that, that's just circulating through our body that haven't had a chance to be removed yet. Instead of them damaging other cells that they're around, these cells are protected when you have, the vitamin C and the other things that we were talking about, the other vitamins and minerals. Vitamin C helps with slowing the aging process and greatly strengthen immune function. See, that's what stops. If you notice that all these vitamins and minerals that we're talking about that protects against oxidation and free radicals, they are considered to be able to slow the aging process. Why? Because they're not destroying cells. See, if you don't have those things, cells are going to be destroyed like that. So you're going to have them aging real quick. They're going to be irritated and damaged. So they're going to die off quick. So, that makes us age and die off quick. Deficiencies in vitamin C greatly weaken immunity. Free radical to damaging cells, promoting cancer and many other diseases. So also, vitamin C is very sensitive to heat. It's destroyed by cooking. So if we're cooking our foods, even our vegetables, we're destroying the vitamin C there. So even though we're eating food, fresh, wholesome fruits and vegetables, if we're cooking them, we're defeating the purpose of what we're eating them for. You get that from red sweet peppers, green pepper, parsley, cauliflower, bok choy cabbage. Bok choy cabbage. Who would believe that? Do y'all know what bok choy cabbage is? Broccoli, regular cabbage, strawberries, mustard greens, Brussels sprouts, romaine lettuce, turnip greens, cantaloupe, asparagus, spinach, tomato, honeydew melon, raspberry, celery, bean sprouts, butternut squash, watermelon, papaya, grapefruit, orange, mango are very high in vitamin C. All right. Vitamin A major antioxidant. Antioxidant meaning that it's against the oxidation. So any all these that are antioxidants, they help with the pre-aging. They help protect from cancer and all that. So our fruits and vegetables, when we have these trace minerals in there and these high mineralized foods, it protects us from getting the cancers. We don't have to take immunizations and plans and serum poisons to help protect us from sicknesses. Our immunization is in our food that we're eating. When we're eating fresh fruits and vegetables, we're being immunized with the right minerals and vitamins that protect our cells and tissues from damage, from oxidation, from free radical damage. You know, this is the key to to really the fountain of youth and to regenerating the body when it has been destroyed. You just have to start feeding it properly. Usually a deficiency disease is somewhere there and a weakening. All right. When you don't have vitamin A, you're usually going to have eye problems. Retinol formed from animal food and toxic excess. You get that from carrots, spinach, turnip greens, red sweet pepper, bok choy cabbage, sweet potato, mustard greens, green onions, butternut squash, parsley, loose leaf lettuce, cantaloupe, winter squash, tomato, apricots, broccoli, asparagus, green pepper, green beans, zucchini and summer squash, and peaches. Vitamin B6. It's a key vitamin needed to metabolize proteins, allows amino acids to be used for DNA and cell reproduction. So when you bring in proteins in your body and it's broken down into amino acids, these amino acids must be synthesized into cells. I mean, transported and turned into, cells and DNA. So the DNA is what synthesizes these amino acids and turn them into functions around the cell. I mean, structure around the cell and also helps, the activity of the cell is all due to, the B6. Deficiency of B6 causes incomplete conversion of amino acids, resulting in toxic intermediates. So it doesn't allow the amino acids to be converted properly into human amino acids or protein. So you get a Frankenstein something, and the body sees that as a danger, and the body, fights off anything that is not done properly. So if you don't have a complete conversion to healthy cell structure, the body's going to fight that cell off as a cancer, Deficiency causes resulting in toxic intermediates. These can accumulate and promote cancer, especially bladder, diabetes, and kidney stones. The two forms of B6 most commonly found in food, pyridoxal and pyridoxamine, are heat sensitive and destroyed by cooking. All right. So cooking it destroys B6. Now, most plant foods provide more B6 than does meat, which must be cooked at high temperatures to kill bacteria. So meat have to be cooked at high temperatures to destroy the bacteria in those meats. And so the B6 and all the vitamins and minerals that come along with that, that's definitely heat sensitive, is destroyed in the cooking process. So you're not getting anything from the meat diet. Vitamin B6 can be supplied to your body: bok choy cabbage, spinach, turnip greens, cauliflower, broccoli, sweet pepper, asparagus, parsley, zucchini, squash, regular cabbage, tomatoes, summer squash, romaine lettuce, potato, eggplant, collard greens, loose leaf lettuce, sunflower seed. Folacin, needed for cell repair, cell production, growth, and healing. Listen to that. Folacin is needed for cell repair, for your cells to repair, to reproduce themselves, to grow themselves, and to heal themselves. They need folacin. When you don't have it, there's slow healing, cell regeneration, a weakened immune system. You know what a weakened immune system is? To have to be without folacin will cause a weakened immune system. Now, can you acquire a weakened immune system? That sounds like AIDS if you listen to that. AIDS is acquired immune deficiency syndrome. To acquire a weak immune system or deficiency can be caused by a lack of folacin. So you mean it ain't about getting, sleeping with this girl and she done gave me the AIDS? No. Here is telling you what weakens the immune system. It's all kind of things that can weaken your immune system. You acquire that over a period of time. Now, if that girl gave you that, or that guy gave you that, then it's not acquired. It's inherited. To acquire something is to self-generate it. You acquire health. You acquire wealth. You acquire something. You've done it on your own. You get that from spinach, romaine lettuce, turnip greens, parsley, asparagus, collard greens, cauliflower, broccoli, bean sprouts, beets, and bok choy cabbage. Cucumber, summer squash, honeydew melon, cantaloupe, winter squash, sweet pepper, celery, eggplants. Now, these also are destroyed by heat. So you got to eat these things, and notice that everything we talked about can be eaten raw and natural. The stuff that we're talking about, the plant source. Vitamin E is a major antioxidant. You remember what the antioxidant means? It helps with stopping the aging process in your cells and tissues. It can be found in all foods, like nuts and seeds, and some leafy green vegetables. It is lost by heat. Vitamin E is destroyed by heat. Potassium, it maintains proper fluid balance in the cells. Potassium is what keeps the cells with the proper balance of fluid, intercellular fluid and extracellular fluid. There's fluid on the outside and inside. And if it get out of balance, cell can die, don't function properly. But here it is. Potassium helps regulate this fluid balance. It helps the cells to take in nutrients and oxygen. So the potassium helps the cell be able to pull in what it needs from the blood of oxygen and nutrients. And also it helps the blood to take it out, to take out the waste. All right. So one of the best things, major source of that is plant food, which is bok choy, cabbage, spinach, celery, romaine lettuce, zucchini, squash. All these good things. So that's just a rundown of some of the main ones. We're going to finish this story because we got a lot of more pros and cons of what not to use, such as the supplements in the store. What's a pro for not for a supplement? Well, there ain't none. You can make some money off of them selling it to people. You can make a lot of money selling supplements. I mean, you can make a gang of money. That's the pro. The con, it's not going to fix the problem of it's a con. It's a con. Itself is a con because it's not going to do anything for the health of the individual. And it's not going to have them eating properly, which is the source of their problem. So we want to encourage people to eat, fresh, wholesome, organic fruits and vegetables to make sure that they're getting the vitamins and minerals that will surely help nurture their body, where you can have, slow down the aging process, help your body clear out toxins, help it get rid of waste, help it absorb the nutrients that it needs. So the only way you can do this is when you store up large amounts of these organic vitamins and minerals in your body, and make sure that you're eating wholesome food where you can have that. I want to tell you to have a great week, and we'll see you next week here at 6 o'clock Tuesday. Natural is Elf. Be blessed. We love you. Have a great one.